Picture this in your mind's eye. It's a gorgeous, cinematic, 4K heritage-style scene. You've got these silent, golden fields of Canaan stretching out endlessly. 12 brothers are herding sheep under the harsh, ancient Middle Eastern sun, surrounded by just the dust and the bleating of the flock. But standing slightly apart from the rest is a young Joseph. He's watching them intently. He sees things, notes them down in the absolute silence, and eventually, the scene shifts. We see him stepping into the heavy, dimly lit, tension-filled tent of his father, Jacob. He brings these whispered accusations into the quiet space. The ancient Kabbalistic text, the Zohar, opens this monumental moment with the phrase right out of Parashat Vayeshev, "And Joseph brought an evil report of them unto their father." But honestly, we really have to ask ourselves, was Joseph just a petty tattletale trying to get his older brothers in trouble, or is there something much, much deeper going on here beneath the surface?
Welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled you're here with us, because today we are going to completely decode the hidden cosmic engineering behind this ancient text. We are peeling back the literal, surface-level story to reveal the Yesod, the profound, secret, esoteric mechanics operating completely out of sight. If you want an efficient, focused deep dive into how the universe actually processes human behavior, well, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the system map that's going to guide us today. We'll start with the incident in the fields, move into the 3 corrupted behavior logs, explore the cosmic server network, look at Joseph and the mechanics of judgment, contrast red judgment with white mercy, and finally, we'll talk about repairing your own dimensions. Let's get to it.
Starting off with Section 1, the incident in the fields, and the gritty reality of what was actually happening.
So, in the mundane, everyday view, we just see Joseph as an arrogant younger brother causing severe family drama with his gossip, right? It's like a kid finding a glitch in a video game and immediately running to tattle to the admin. But the mystical view from the Zohar elevates this entirely into the realm of cosmic engineering for adults. Imagine a vast, invisible server room humming behind the sky. Joseph isn't a gossip at all. He is a highly sensitive cosmic system monitor. He is stationed on the ground level, actively scanning for dangerous moral glitches in the earthly realm that could literally crash the spiritual system above.
And you have to understand, he is scanning an incredibly delicate network made up of exactly 12 interconnected nodes. The 12 brothers aren't just a family trying to get along, they represent the foundational structural pillars of the universe itself. If even one moral glitch occurs in just one of these 12 nodes, that corruption can spread like a virus and disrupt the entire cosmic system.
Which brings us right to Section 2, the 3 corrupted behavior logs. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly what Joseph found. According to the Zohar, he recorded these specific anomalies. First, eating from living animals, which is a massive violation of the sanctity of life and completely severs the divine life force. Second, contempt toward the maidservant's sons. This is a huge glitch in human dignity that tears apart social harmony. And third, improper interest in the daughters of the land, a really deep spiritual contamination of their sacred boundaries.
We have to realize these weren't just trivial complaints about who took whose tunic or who wasn't doing their chores. These 3 specific accusations were heavy, severely corrupted behavior logs. In the very code of reality, these actions threatened the entire foundation of the network. Joseph, operating with this intense righteous zeal, saw these as critical errors that absolutely had to be reported and purged immediately before the whole system collapsed on itself.
Let's look under the hood in Section 3, the cosmic server network.
To truly understand what Joseph was doing, we have to talk about the Sephirot. As you can see defined here, the Sephirot are the 10 divine emanations. Think of them as the ultimate cosmic server network. They are the divine channels through which infinite light interacts with physical reality. Every human action down here on Earth sends data back up through these specific channels to be processed. It's a continuous dynamic loop of energy and data.
Within this network, Joseph represents the Sephirot of Yesod, which translates to foundation. If we go back to our tech analogy, Yesod is that foundational system monitor. It's the ultimate point of connection, the exact Sephirot responsible for gathering, filtering, and transmitting data from the physical world upward. So Joseph, functioning perfectly in his role as Yesod, is logging all this corrupt data right there on the ground level. Jacob, on the other hand, represents Tiferet, which means beauty or harmony. Tiferet is the central processing Sephirot. It sits right in the middle of the network, and its entire job is designed to balance the extreme opposing forces of absolute mercy and strict judgment.
Jacob is the central server. He's the hub meant to receive and smoothly harmonize all the logs that Yesod uploads.
And this brilliantly illustrates how we can perfectly map our biblical characters to their cosmic engineering functions. Joseph is Yesod, the data gatherer. Jacob is Sephirot, the central server. So when Joseph walks into Jacob's tent to deliver the evil report through the specific channel of Hud, which is a sephir of acknowledgement and reporting, what he is actually doing in the esoteric cosmic realm is taking his corrupted data logs and uploading them directly into the central server of Sephirot.
This takes us to a massive turning point in Section 4, Joseph, Jacob, and Judgment. We have finally reached the climactic moment. Joseph has the logs, he's standing in the tent, and he initiates the upload. But we absolutely have to ask the ultimate question. How does a simple report, a seemingly well-intentioned data upload from a system monitor to a central server, accidentally crash the entire system and trigger a multi-generational cosmic exile?
The mind-blowing answer lies in the Sephirot of Malkut. Malkut translates to kingdom, and it represents speech. In this system, speech is the final execution code. It is exactly where invisible, conceptual potential becomes hard, physical reality. By verbalizing the evil report, Joseph didn't just passively transfer data, he executed the code. His speech triggered tangible, real-world consequences. The Zohar teaches us that speech can be a radiant, building light, or it can be a destructive shadow. By actually vocalizing the sins, he activated the shadow.
Let's see how this plays out in Section 5, Red Judgment versus White Mercy.
See, Sephirot, Jacob's Sephirah, is supposed to operate in white mercy. That's a smooth, harmonious flow of grace. But because Joseph used the execution code of negative speech, his upload essentially acted as a virus. Instead of activating white mercy for his brother's hidden dignity, it accidentally bypassed the balance entirely and triggered red judgment. This is the Sephirah of Govura, the cosmic force of strict, unrelenting purification.
And just like that, the evil report becomes the cosmic trigger for systemic exile and ultimate repair. The brothers had their hidden dignity, right? And Joseph certainly had his righteous zeal. But the clash of these forces, executed through negative speech, crashed the server. It forced a severe exile and repair reboot program. The entire family had to be sent down into the physical and spiritual exile of Egypt. It was a grueling process designed to completely cleanse those corrupted logs and rebuild the 12 nodes from the ground up.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, Repairing Your Own Dimensions.
So the crucial point is bringing these macrocosmic implications back down to earth. This ancient Kabbalistic text isn't just history, it's about the tech running inside you right now. You can engineer your own spiritual systems using these exact steps. Step 1. Monitor your inputs, just like Yesod. Be hyper-aware of the data you're taking in and generating. Step 2. Balance judgment with mercy, like Sephirot. When you see a glitch in someone else, don't just summon red judgment. Process it with white mercy. And Step 3. Filter your speech. Never forget that Malkut, your speech, is the execution code that turns invisible potential into your physical reality.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to ponder as we close out today. What corrupted behavior logs in your own system need to be rewritten with mercy today? Remember, your speech is the literal programming language of your reality. Choose your execution code wisely so you generate light and not shadow.
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.